All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to welcome to CAGcast episode number 767. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who can't wait to see you on Sunday, Wombat.
That is true.
I messed up because I looked at 3 different screens while I was trying to talk.
Did you get my big inhale? Because I made a big inhale that actually picked up on the mic before.
I block you out. I don't look anywhere in your direction when I do the beginning.
Again, it was gross.
Because I feel like you're trying to throw me off. I look away, so I look away.
I have crazy person hair, though. You like my crazy person hair? It's crazy.
Like Jack Nicholson in The Shining?
It's a little, it is Jack Nicholson in The Shining hair.
Except
it will most likely not be there when you see me on Sunday.
None of it?
Some of it. Some of it.
Shave it off.
I hope.
In solidarity.
I said
with
that.
me.
I actually said that yesterday to my wife. I'm like, we could just shave my head.
Nobody knew who was who then.
Yeah, exactly. But that's exactly what my wife said. Then no one will know who's Cheapy and who's Wombat. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of hair, I have a ginger question for you, Shipwreck. I feel like I was witness to an inappropriate ginger moment, and I want you to tell me if this is true or not. I was in a Target yesterday, and there was a couple with their baby. Okay. The baby had red hair and the dad was carrying the baby on the shoulder, like, a toddler, 2 years old or some shit. And the Target employee, I hear the Target employee, because she was so fucking loud. I heard her from like 2 aisles over. She's going, "Who's the ginger baby? Who's the ginger baby? You're the ginger baby." And I looked over, and then when I walked to see what was going on, and I saw it was a Target employee. I felt like that was very inappropriate. What do you say as a ginger baby?
It's weird. Like that turned into like, I don't know, an insult. Like, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago at this point. Like,
I think it was, I think I want to blame South Park for that.
It could be like,
I think that was South Park that turned
at no time did I like growing up was ginger ever like a thing. Like,
at all.
Didn't exist. No.
Not even
I agree. I want to say it was Eric Cartman.
Right.
It could be. So yes, that it seems a little odd. Like
the parents did not seem comfortable.
Yeah.
By the time
weird.
I got there and I saw the look on their faces, they looked like, why are we in this situation?
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Leave the ginger babies alone.
Right. That's weird.
In fact,
very, very weird.
Probably good if you're going to make any baby talk to a stranger's baby. Don't mention
any features.
Any of their features. Yeah.
No
like
features.
All you say is,
what
who's
a cute baby.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Who's a cute baby? Who's the cutest baby?
Who's the little Asian baby that's so...
Exactly.
Don't do that. Don't... Just cute. Who's the cute baby? Who's the little baby?
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what you got, those two. Who's the baby? That's also good. Anyway, that's all. That's all I got. So we have big news, Wombat. You have big news.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean...
It was a few years too late, in my opinion, but better late than never.
But we're on to, 3 classes now. I've done 3 classes at Orange Theory Fitness, OTF, as what the cool kids call it.
And how's that experience going for you?
So far, so good. I mean, I do enjoy it. I'm going tomorrow. I have a 7:30.
Do you enjoy it? You shouldn't enjoy it, I feel. If you're enjoying maybe.
I'm going at 7:30 in the morning. There are certain things I like better than others. I actually kind of like the treadmill. I get into a groove and I get in the zone and I just kind of space out. And then the guy says, "Time to cool down." And I'm like, all right, I can handle that.
Right.
And I look up and I've burned 800 calories. I'm like, I'm down with that sort of thing.
Yes.
The weight training portion of it is mostly fine until they want me to lay on the floor. And my body just doesn't move like that. But
it doesn't move. What, you can't lay down on the floor?
No, laying down on the floor does not work.
That's the hard part, is the laying down on the floor?
Yeah. Like getting down onto the floor.
Or just...
No, getting back up is actually easier than getting down.
How are you doing? How are you going? What's like the procedure for going down on the floor?
Well,
Maybe
what
you're
I
doing
do
it
is
wrong.
I do it the way everyone does. I jump up and I tuck my legs in.
Stop. Seriously. Lead me through it. The coach is like, okay, you got to do sit-ups. So you're standing up straight, and now you have to lie down on the floor. What happens?
You wouldn't understand because
I understand you're built differently, but just tell me how you do it.
I just get down on the floor and I bend down and I get down. I'll show you on Sunday. Okay. I can't explain how I get down on the floor.
That'll get the people to this panel if you.
And my other issue we'll say issue that I've had is my rowing benchmark was mired by mishap, and it should have been a better score.
Well, don't worry about the benchmarks, because especially rowing, where it's something that you have to learn how to do, and they don't really teach you. Kinda, which is not that. That's like
for those who don't
weakness.
know. Orange Theory has a rowing machine that's very crazy looking, and they do this 200-meter benchmark. I don't know how often they do it, but they did it on Friday.
Every couple of months.
Every couple of months, they do their 200-meter rowing benchmark, and they say a good score, and they put it on the screen. You should try to get somewhere between 30 seconds and a minute. And that's like, hey, you should feel good about yourself if you could get within that range.
That's a very big range. So.
It is a very big range. I will wholeheartedly agree. That is a very big range. So I get into the stupid machine. The problem is, as we previously discussed, I am not built like certain people. And although I can do the rowing machine itself pretty well, getting into the machine and strapping my feet into the strappies is somewhat difficult for me because of my stature.
Yes.
So I go in and I get my feet strapped in as the best I can. And I actually thought I had done a good job and it was pretty tight. But, as I'm getting close to the 200-meter mark, my feet fell out of the stirrups. And then I tried to get my foot back in the stirrup, but then I'm not rowing because I'm trying to fix myself and I'm trying to do all these things at once. And I got 1 minute and 2 seconds. And I know I would have been under a minute if my feet didn't fall out of the stirrups, but it was
first of all, the feet coming out isn't that bad. It's when your ass comes off the seat. That's bad. And that happens to people on the 200-meter row because you're supposed to do it pretty violently. And people row up by accident. They don't pull straight back. They pull up and they pull their fucking ass right out of the seat and onto the floor. So you didn't do that. So that's key. But you get a second chance. There's a second chance row.
I know, and it happened the second time too.
Oh fuck!
My feet, and I got a worse score because I got angry. It's like fuck this machine, and I got 1 minute.
Don't worry about the
benchmarks
now. You're just trying to get it. You're just trying to get get a good sweat on what you're doing.
Yes, and I'm burning the calories. I'm getting somewhere usually between 800 and 900 calories burned.
It keeps the stats, which is cool about Orange Theory. So
I only ate 900 calories today.
See, that's awesome. That's how you lose weight. That's
because I'm also doing Nutrisystem. I'm doing Nutrisystem now too. I'm almost finished with my first box. My next box ships tomorrow. But that's going all right.
Nice.
It's not as bad as it's not nearly as bad as it used to be because now it's all frozen food.
Oh, Nutrisystem.
Yeah. And I have a big chest freezer in the basement so I can keep all the food in there.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm going to say so far so good. I'm trying my best.
You go in Orange Theory tomorrow.
Going to Orange Theory tomorrow, and I did reserve Friday.
Nice. I'm gonna go tomorrow.
Just to have it on the calendar. So I have tomorrow and Friday for this week, and
I'm very proud of you for signing up. I was really surprised when you told me that you signed up, and even more surprised after you went to the class. And you can't fake it because you literally wear a heartbeat tracker, and then all the stats go into your app. So unless you hire somebody, I guess you could fake it if you hire, but it's too expensive. I don't think you'd do that.
One of my cousins does it like 3 times a week, and she always posts videos of herself doing it too. So, yeah.
Well, fuck her. We're talking about you, and so congratulations. Don't worry about the benchmark row. We're all proud of you, but we're also proud of me for getting the number 1 score on the benchmark row in his class. You did
get the number 1 score.
27.19 seconds.
Yeah. So you beat my score by over almost 40 seconds.
And I've
but, you
only
know,
gone 394 more times than you, which is
So,
barely
honestly, you should be embarrassed.
any. I'm trying to get faster. I just can't fucking go any. And I'm so from that 27 seconds. By the way, what day is today? Monday, and that was Thursday or Friday. Friday. I don't know. I was still sore today from just that 27 seconds of violently jerking myself. What?
I went for a hike the next day.
Well, that's boring. There's no stats.
No, and not only were there no stats, I forgot my watch at home, so I didn't
Fucking
even
negative
didn't even
stats.
count.
It didn't even count. No one could even. I had to like ask my wife, how many steps did we do? So yeah, lame. Anyway, speaking of meters, how is Canada, Ship?
We didn't say meters.
Yeah, we did 200-meter row.
Oh, that was so long ago.
Long time ago.
That was 27.19 seconds ago.
I went to Toronto. Oh wait, 1 second. Here, let me.
Do you have a hat or something? Oh, that looks just like Toronto. When I see a rainbow-colored bucket hat, I think of Toronto. Oh, Blue Jays.
I got this at the Blue Jays game. It was terry cloth rainbow bucket hat night.
Hippie night.
Is that actually terry cloth? Because it looks more
it is.
like a flannel, not flannel. The fleece.
Who's to say? It's kind of fleecy, I guess.
What's the cheapest synthetic material they make?
Fleece.
Then that's what that is.
Don't let him match near it.
It's fantastic.
It looks nice.
I do like
it was Caribbean night or something.
Okay. I thought it was hippie night,
Toronto
but
Blue
no.
Jays game.
I was gonna say that almost comes off as insensitive, but
at least it didn't have dreadlocks like sewn in the back or something.
I was gonna say, yeah, that I was about to make that same joke.
Thank you.
I just got the free hat. That's all I went to Canada for. This hat. I saw this hat.
Highlight?
It was like free hat.
How is that stadium? How's the Blue Jay Stadium?
The Blue Jay Stadium's nice. It's big. The roof moves around.
It's old at this point. It's fucking old as hell at this point. I went there. How long? This is a new one?
This is Rogers Center.
No, is that new? I'm still thinking about Skydome. We've moved on from Skydome.
We've moved on from the Skydome.
How is this better than Skydome?
It's newer.
Does it have like fancy, good stadium food? Is there any kind of like
it had
unique to?
They had beers and hot dogs. Oh, I mean they of course like had poutine on everything.
Yes.
But, no, Toronto's good. We went to Niagara Falls. We had dinner at the CN Tower. That's high up in the air.
I went there.
That's right next to the stadium. And what else did we went to Canada's Wonderland.
I've been there.
Amusement park.
I've been there.
I've been there as well.
Oh, wow.
So long ago.
Wow.
Yeah. It had to be, it may be 30 years ago, but I was there.
I don't think they had electricity when I was there. You had to hand crank all the rides.
Well, it's a sister park of Kings Island, which is the Cincinnati park. So it was made like a few years after Cincinnati's park. So there's a lot of similarities there. And now it's run by the same Cedar Fair company.
My daughter was just at Kings Island.
What?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Camp trip. You know, she's traveling the world.
Yeah, she travels the country.
Yeah, I just didn't realize she was in my backyard.
Yeah, she went to Kings Island. Kings Island, yeah, that's the one she went to. She also went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That is not in my backyard.
No.
That is in a different part of Ohio.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. Toronto was fun. We did a lot of things. The big city.
Did you eat Canadian bacon?
You were actually in Toronto when Sabrina was in Kings Island, but your sister reached out to my wife and said that if anything happens, to use her as a contact while she was in Ohio. So you could thank your sister.
Somebody's saying Skydome is Rogers Center. They renamed it. They did a fabulous job renaming it though.
I went there when it opened, and that was a long time ago. So it's got to be old. Got to be old as shit now.
Let's see. It was well taken care of.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could also redo it. I mean, you could just yank the seats out and put in new ones, and then
Is that where the Raptors play too? Or no?
No, the Raptors play in a basketball arena.
I feel like they played there at some point when they I know I saw the Raptors when they first came on the scene, when they were like the expansion team. I worked for a Canadian company, so I have a lot of Canada experience.
Mm-hmm.
They're mostly annoying. the experiences.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. Toronto, everybody was nice in Toronto.
That's good. Was it a good time? You had fun?
It was good. It was good. It
Excellent.
was hot, but
The kids had a good time?
I think so.
That's all
They
that
seemed to have a
matters.
good time.
Were there any video game related riots set up by influencers?
Very few riots. I don't think any of them were video game related.
You
I
followed
bought
that
some
story.
Atari games. Bought
Nice.
some Atari games from.
I saw that. I
Canada.
saw that haul.
Oh, they're right here. They're right behind.
Oh, yeah, look at
behind me,
that.
right there.
Nice.
It's good. Good
Are those
times.
worth a lot of money, and then you pay a very small amount of money for them?
One of like 1 second.
Here comes a fat stack. Oh, just one game.
No, this is Master Builder.
Yes, is that the money game?
It's like a $70 Atari game.
Whoa.
So
That's your retirement game.
that's the retirement game right there. Master Builder by Spectra Video.
Fantastic.
I've never seen Master Builder before.
Have you played it?
I have not yet. It's
Okay.
sitting here in my stack of games to play.
Cool.
Excellent.
Don't lose your hat.
Oh, this it's not going anywhere.
Okay, just checking.
It's
Yeah.
melted to his head at this point, and all those toxic chemicals are leaking into his brain.
Mm.
Did you follow the story about the riot in Union Square about the PlayStation?
I did not. What's going? I was in Canada.
Okay,
I
so this
missed all these things.
guy, I don't. What's the
They don't
guy?
have news up there.
I don't know his name either.
Kai
Someone in the-
Sanat or something like that.
Yeah.
Sanat.
uh-huh.
He
My
went.
son knew who he was.
Yeah,
I was
he's
like,
got a
it's
lot
a big
of-
deal.
got
Apparently,
a
he's
lo-
a big deal.
He's a big deal, and he just went on his Instagram or whatever and said he's going to give out PlayStations in Union Square, which is a big park in New York City.
Mhm.
Didn't get any permits or anything, or tell any authorities that he was going to do it, and all these people showed up for the free PlayStation giveaway, and let's just say they weren't well behaved. They started like throwing stuff, and 60 of the attendees got arrested, and so did the influencer for inciting a riot. So that was something. And I was in the city actually when it happened, like not the city's so big, like you could be like 5-6 blocks away and not even like know that that's happening. But Mrs. Cheapy got a text from Osaka grandma. They heard the news in Japan. It traveled all the way to Japan. Video game influencer arrested for starting a riot in New York City.
Did she think it was you?
She thought it was me. She texted and she checked. She's like, was that David? She was checking to see if it was me. I don't know if
And
you
then
looked
she
at
She
said
thinks
no,
highly of you.
the guy
and
has
she was-
dreadlocks, by the way. He's an African-American short guy with dreadlocks. Yeah. And then she followed up with like, is that going to affect my business anyhow? She didn't really understand. I think like the concept of a riot starting over like someone handing out things is about as foreign as a concept as you can have in Japan. Like, when do you think the last riot was there? Do you think it was something like stupid like that, or it was like because like the U.S. was making them sign a treaty to not have an army anymore? So I'm sure it was something serious like that. Anyway, it was cute. But that same day that I was in the city, and I got to come back again to Orange Theory for saving my ass a little bit. I'm meeting my friend in the city. He's in town for one night. We're going to dinner. I'm looking at my phone, standing in the East Village, looking at my phone, getting them Google Map directions to meet up with a guy. I hear someone yelling in a garbled voice, "Roar, roar, 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 roar," and it's getting closer and closer to me. I have the headphones in, but like I don't have the noise reduction on. So I sort of hear it getting closer and closer to me. I look up, I see this crazy homeless guy coming at me, no teeth. And I see now and hear that he's saying that he's going to kick my fucking ass, but like, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, like that. And he's getting closer and closer and closer to me. And I'm like, shit, he's really trying to kick my ass. And I know he's crazy because he's way smaller than me and he's coming at me like, he's just locked on to me somehow. Like my appearance has offended him. So I sort of walk past him very quickly, just thinking like he's just going to lock on to somebody else, right? And just move on or whatever. He'll be somebody else's problem. But he starts following me. And I'm like, fuck. And because I can hear him behind me just yelling, I'm going to kick your fucking ass over and over again. And it's getting closer and closer. So I start like power walking. And thanks to Orange Theory, I can like power walk pretty good. And I'm like weaving in and out of the people, you know, as one can do in New York City. And I hear the guy like, it's just getting, I'm going to kick your fucking ass, is getting quieter and quieter. And I got away after like a half a block or so. But what the fuck? I mean, I've been in the city a lot. I've seen a lot of crazy homeless people. I've never had someone engage with me and then keep engaging with me after I've left. You know what I mean? Like usually it ends when you walk away.
Were you in a residential area?
I was in the East Village.
Oh, so there were stores.
There were stores. There was everything.
I would have walked into a shop. The first shop I saw, I would have just walked in.
I knew that this guy's not going to keep up with me, right? He's not.
I guess. I'm just saying I would have walked in and
then the guy's going to come into the shop, and now I'm trapped in the shop.
No, the guy's not coming in the shop.
He's crazy. He has no teeth, and he thinks he can kick my ass.
I'm telling you.
He's crazy. That's how I know. If a guy like looks like that and is trying to fight me, I know that he's not thinking right.
That is a very scary story.
Yes, it was scary. And that same day, also, Ty was in the city for that concert, that Cave Town concert.
Cave Town, yeah.
And I'm telling Ty the whole day, like, you need situational awareness. Don't stand too close to the subway platform, all this shit. Meanwhile, he was fine. And I had the guy fucking running or power walking after me. Anyway, it all worked out okay, and hopefully he didn't hurt anybody else. But I felt bad actually leaving the guy there, because now like he could maybe chase somebody else who's not as fast as me.
I heard that Cave Town concert was really good, though.
Yes, Ty had a great time.
Yeah.
And also another follow-up. I got another parking ticket today.
Uh-oh.
Check this
Same
out.
spot?
This one's gonna blow your fucking mind, okay? I thought I solved all my problems. The problems were the meters suck, right? Like they don't work. Sometimes you put the coins in. They have an app thing, right? Does your town have an app thing where you can spend like an extra 30 cents for every dollar and then just buy the parking through the app? Do you have that technology?
My town has free parking pretty much.
Yeah, okay. That makes a lot of sense. And we're going to get to that.
But I was in a town on Saturday.
Wait. Let me finish my fucking story.
I had to. You asked me if I had.
Just a quick question. Do you have a town? Does your town have the app?
I did the pay machine thing on Saturday.
Okay. This is an app on your phone that you just type in the number of the meter that you're at, and then it's like you're locked in for the whatever. So I do that now because I don't trust the meters and whatever. I feel like the parking people are out to get me at this point. So I did the fucking app and I still got a fucking ticket.
For what?
For parking at the meter without paying for it. I'm like, how's that even possible? Of course, I have a fucking thing. It's in an app on the phone. I have like everything. I literally have the receipts.
So then fight it.
But it's like now I'm spending my time fucking writing a letter to the judge and putting the photo evidence, mailing it to putting a stamp on it, mailing it, hoping like it's well received. It's like,
you don't just show up. They don't give you a date to go.
I'm not going to the fucking courthouse. I didn't do anything wrong. I paid the fucking meter. That's going to take me like hours to deal with. And meanwhile, I'm walking through my house complaining to my wife about it. I walked right into the fucking wall with my hand, like fucking bam. I'm supposed to be teaching this table tennis camp. I had to ice down my hand and I paid the fucking meter. So I've scheduled the call with the fucking boss again. I got to call 311. The guy's going to call me. I'm going to tell the guy, like, why do we even have meters? The town next door has no meters. It seems fine. The streets function. Everything's fine. You don't have to pay. They say just park for 2 hours and they check the cars manually, I guess. I don't know. It's functioning fine. I had PTSD from fucking parking. I don't know what to do anymore. I've paid every way I can.
And move to a town without meters.
When this guy calls, I'm gonna make an impassioned plea that we have to get rid of the meters in the town because it's fucking killing us.
And he's gonna laugh at you and hang up.
The last time we had this call, and this will be now our third phone call scheduled with a guy, he changed the sign. I told him the signs were no good, and he changed the whole system and the signs. We'll see how powerful my voice is.
Good luck.
Thank you. How about some show feedback?
Oh my goodness. This goes back a couple ways, but I'll
we don't have to. We can just roll right. We can just
let's just roll because these are all old and irrelevant.
We can go right to Watch This Jerks.
Sure. I watched a whole bunch of stuff because it's been 3 weeks. I watched a couple of good documentaries though, not music related.
I almost
ones.
watched this first one, but maybe I don't have to now.
I watched Glitch, the HQ trivia documentary.
Yes.
Do you remember when HQ trivia was like gigantic?
It was like 6 months, maybe.
It was closer
Longer?
to 2 years.
Okay.
Which is
Really?
crazy.
2
I know.
years?
2 years. It had a good run. That's what I would say. Like it had a good 2-year run but there was probably 6 months where it was gigantic. And it was a very interesting documentary on how to and how not to run a company and, the pitfalls of that. And, when you come up with these guys, the guys who created HQ Trivia also created Vine.
What was the big there had to be one like sort of big fuck up that they did that sort of.
There were 2 guys who ran the company who founded it. And one guy was very egotistical and wanted to be in charge of everything, but wasn't very good at running things. And then there was another guy who was probably better at running things, but I don't want to spoil the documentary for
good
you.
Call.
But he had his own problems.
Okay, I may watch this then. It sounds interesting.
So it's really just about, knowing what the right decisions to make, these guys sold Vine for $30 million to Twitter.
Right.
Which a lot of Twitter. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you mean the business that used to be known, that's now known as X, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
X.
sorry.
X used to be called Twitter, and Twitter bought Vine, and then Twitter shut Vine down. And then TikTok happened, and TikTok is just Vine.
Right.
And there was a lot of, I think, a little animosity, a lot of, there's a word I'm looking for that they, the missed opportunity and also I think they felt like they sold Vine for not enough money, not that $30 million is anything to laugh at or sneeze at, but maybe if they, held on to it, but also they sold Vine to Twitter before Vine released.
Okay.
So they sold an unproven product. So that's also, they may not have even been able to have launched Vine on their own anyway.
Sure.
So, but then they got fired from Twitter and started HQ Trivia. And then do you remember I remember this when it happened, when a website did an interview with the host and he said he liked eating at Sweet Greens. And the owner of HQ Trivia was like, you can't publish this article. We don't have a deal with Sweet Greens. You can't say you like to eat there.
That was the asshole owner, egotistical asshole owner, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was like a whole thing, and it was pretty funny.
That's interesting because I watched something similar. It's a TV series, but it's an Ashley Madison documentary. Remember Ashley Madison?
I do remember it. Didn't they used to advertise on Stern?
Very heavily. And again, egotistical CEO basically wound up being the downfall of the company. We know, of course, they had that huge hack, and of course, it's covered in the documentary. But it's very interesting. You probably don't remember that as a part of the hack, the CEO's emails were all leaked because this was a hack that was basically targeted to bring down the company because people had either a moral problem with the company or the CEO or both, probably both. So they released all of his fucking business emails, and the guy was a fucking asshole and did a lot of shady shit, and it was all just in the emails.
I always assumed that company was fake anyway.
Well, you should watch it. It's 3 episodes, so it's not like super long. I think 3 40-minute episodes. Very
3
interesting.
Episodes, one for every woman that actually signed up for Ashley Madison.
Meanwhile, the company is in business today and seems to be doing fine.
Interesting. I did not know
they fired that guy and just sort of.
I watched another really interesting documentary called Unknown Cave of Bones, which is on Netflix. I recommended that to you, Cheapy. Did you watch it or did you not?
No, that sounds scary or something. It sounds like it has bones in it.
It does have bones in it. It is a documentary that follows some anthropologists in South Africa where they claim to have found the world's oldest graveyard.
Okay.
And I'm looking it up to see the name of the species because they're not Homo sapiens. They're something else. And
aliens.
They're aliens.
They're Homo aliens.
And I want to say it's about 40,000 years ago. but that they were the first people to do ritual burial.
Oh,
And-
the Croods.
Yeah, the
Thinking of
Croods. The Croods. And it was in this tunnel that's really difficult to get in and through and out of, but they discovered it, and they discover all these fossils and all these bones. And it's just really interesting how they put these bones together and come up with their conclusions. There are some scientists out there who think that everything they're saying is a crock, and it's just coincidence that all these bones happen to be in the same place.
Got
And,
it.
You know, so it's hard to say what's real or what isn't, but it is. I mean, the bones are real. The fossils are real. The species is real. So it's all still very interesting to see and to speculate and to know that there was a time on this planet where there was more than one bipedal species fighting for dominance, essentially. And you know, somehow we were the ones that pulled through, but that may not have necessarily been the case. So I don't know. I think it's worth watching. I thought it was fascinating. Like, I put that on and I did not move for the hour and a half that it was on. I was like, this is crazy. So
Your Apple Watch must have been yelling at you.
it did. It said, stand up, close your ring. But
Exactly.
Mhm.
Horrible name, by the way. Unknown Cave of Bones. Like, they're not even trying.
It's like unknown : Cave of Bones.
Oh.
So, yeah.
That's not much better.
No, it isn't. It's still bad. It's a terrible title.
All right, what else?
I also watched 65.
I'm going to try to guess what that's about.
Okay, you guess what it's about.
I know what it's about.
Babe Ruth or something?
No,
Close.
no,
Okay, Hank Aaron.
no.
Close. Keep going.
I'm out of baseball players, I think.
Are you trying to think of the Jackie Robinson movie?
No.
Because that movie was also did have a number title.
It was lower than this one.
Roger Maris? No,
No.
he's like 61 or something.
That's how many home runs he hit in a season.
Yeah.
That was
42
a
was
different.
Jackie Robinson's number.
So
Yeah,
who's
42 is
65?
65.
I'm assuming that, no, it's not that.
No, it's not. It's not.
65 touchdowns or something? No,
No,
I'm way
it's-
all right.
it's
I'm
not-
getting
it's not a-
colder. I'm getting colder.
It's not a true story, and it's not a sports reference.
Oh, fuck.
This is Laser Guns and Dinosaurs.
This is
Oh,
Laser
it's
Guns
that
and
Adam
Dinosaurs.
Driver movie
This is
that looks
that
like a
Adam
fucking
Driver.
ass.
Hey, you're right.
I knew it. It was ass. I mean, it's supposed to be ass, so I just assumed it was ass.
I thought it would be at least dumb fun. It wasn't even that dumb fun.
He can't carry
But,
it. It's so assy. He can't.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it does need him to carry the whole movie. So
He's busy.
yeah,
I'm still
I got
gonna
a lot
watch
of. You're gonna watch it? Why?
Yeah, it's on the list.
Short.
'Cause-
It's short.
Why?
It's weird.
It's short. It's got dinosaurs and laser guns.
But it's bad. You know it's bad.
This is where the movie kind of lost
Maybe
me.
the
and,
sequel will be better.
and maybe this will be better for you to know, Ship. The dinosaurs in the movie
Don't spoil it for me.
are Jewish.
are all Jewish. They're all circumcised, and they wear yarmulkes. No, they're not real dinosaurs.
No shit.
Like, they take liberties with what the dinosaurs are, even
Oh.
though it's supposed to be Earth 65 million years ago. Like, they
Right.
don't
Woke
hide that.
dinosaurs. What's going on here?
But like the
Gayosaurus.
dinosaurs, are like, oh yeah, it's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it's got arms now.
But it's got pronouns.
Wait, it
Yeah.
has arms. It always had arms.
Long one.
like yeah, like real arms.
Oh, okay.
Like go gadget arms.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
dinosaurs. I saw a lot of dinosaurs in Toronto
Why did you see? I mean, like
They're at
walking
the-
around.
at the they're at the national or no, I don't know, the History Museum, whatever it is, Canada Tour of History Museum. We've got a lot of
Nice.
dinosaurs, like an
Like
absurd
visiting
amount
the
of
museum?
dinosaurs. Like they just have so many dinosaurs. It's like the Natural History Museum in New York City,
Right.
Mhm.
but it seems like it's so much bigger. It's just like so many dead animals. Like just they just
Have all
keep
of them.
going. Like every dead animal you could want, they have it. And then they have so many dinosaurs. It's yeah. Speaking of animals, I watched Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
So did I. I
That can't
also
be
watched.
good.
I
Don't-
also watched Transformers.
It's
Rise of
not
the
as
Beast.
good as Bumblebee, but
Okay.
it's still I still prefer it to any of those Michael Bay
Okay.
Transformers movies.
It's still not very good.
Would I like it at all? Well, I would
No.
hate. No.
You would not really
no,
like it.
you would hate every second of it.
But my kids loved it, right?
Sure,
Like,
they're young
and that's
children.
That's what these are for, right?
Mm.
Like I think these are more for kids now. Like
really?
since Bumblebee and this one, it's like for a younger age group than
Is it
doesn't
PG or
take
PG
itself-
13? That's the question.
it's probably PG-13 just
Right.
because it has violence. But I still
Yeah.
think it's
Okay.
oriented.
Is
more towards
Grimlock is
kids.
in it or no?
No Grimlock.
No Grimlock. You have Optimus Primal.
Fuck
Yeah.
that. I hated.
Optimus
I fucking
Primal
hated
and-
those
and
beast
Pedo.
things when they came out, and they can never make that good.
They're not the main.
It is
Characters so
a
much,
it is a
though.
woke indictment of the American healthcare system.
Is it now?
So
Oh, I saw a good movie.
How do you like? Do you like Pete Davidson?
you know what? I think we've talked about this before. I was not a Transformer kid growing up,
We've talked about this. You were a GoBots guy.
but
No.
one of the very
they don't
one
exist.
one of the few Transformers I owned was Mirage.
Well, there you go. You're all in.
So it was kind of like, oh, it's like the one I had.
But he's not even the right car anymore, is he?
No.
No, he's Jazz.
But he does turn into that
Get
car
this. Come on.
for like a second.
For a second, he does
For a
turn into
second,
the.
He turns
He
into
does
the
turn
racer.
into like the Formula One race car. Or
Yep.
whatever.
Great.
Yep, he does for a
Or Indy
second.
car.
And
or
and
whatever.
I got that reference.
Good job.
I pulled the.
My kids got that reference too.
I understand that reference. Yeah,
Mhm.
because
and
it was.
then there's a
the
big thing at the
Transformer I had.
end. That made me clap. Made my
Did
kids
you clap? Did you clap at the end?
Devastator? Is it Devastator?
Mike, no.
Is
Do you
it
think that it would have been
Grimlock?
better if they may have if they telegraphed that ending a little bit more, like if his real name was the real name of one of them, and only like if you really were a super nerd, you would get the reference right away, and very few people would have. Like you could tell me the real name of maybe 95%, and I wouldn't know that that was what it was.
Okay.
So I'm thinking.
I like how carefully we're dancing around.
I know.
Yeah.
Spoiler
But do you
of,
think
Rise
it
of the
would have
Beast.
ruined the movie or made it better if it was a real name? So when the movie's over, you could look it up and be like, "Oh my god, that's so and so."
That's Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
He's back.
I don't know. I thought like it's considered a failure, this movie, I guess, but it also made like double its budget anyway. So I think it's just considered a failure in Transformers movie
Right.
realm. But I'm hopeful for a sequel. I mean, it was an inoffensive movie.
Just what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Do you like Optimus Prime with terrible morals? Like he hasn't figured out his moral compass
Ugh,
yet?
why?
It's the 90s. We must kill the humans.
Oh, he's not sure about the humans at this point?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not sure about the humans.
He hasn't
I'm
made
not
it- What are you
working with
doing?
any humans.
These humans are too small. We should just kill them.
Mirage.
If you step on a few, it's okay. You're doing your best.
Mirage, you've never been in any of the movies in the future, but you're here now. I need your help. Mirage.
Mirage, I heard you have a huge cock. Whip it out. Oh, it's Pete Davidson. It's
Mhm.
Mirage. I got ads for that movie, and it was promoting that it was Pete Davidson as Mirage. That was the A1
He's the
selling
main,
point.
He's the main character.
He is?
I mean, yeah. Mirage is the main character.
He's
What?
the main. He's the
He's-
main Transformer. Yeah.
Oh, God. He's always like a B level character. Come on. What are we doing?
No, B was the main character of the last movie.
Yeah. B is
Come
in this
on.
one. Good one. Good one.
Bumblebee was always like, he was always involved somehow, even though he sucks. I never understood that. Anyway, I saw too much Transformers. We're too old for
Okay.
this. I saw. I'm too old for this. I saw they cloned Tyrone on Netflix. Do you know that movie?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Jamie Foxx and John Boyega.
I did not realize that was John Boyega in the movie until I had paused it about 3/4 of the way through, and his name came up on the screen. Because he's got a lot of, I don't know, he's got a lot of acting or something in the movie, or
Acting.
prosthetics. I'm not sure, one or both of those things.
He did a lot of acting in this one. Okay.
And maybe
Interesting.
prosthetic, a grill. He's got a grill. You know what a grill is, Ship?
No, I'm not familiar with
Yes.
90s slang.
Ship, you know what? I mean, Wombat, you know what a grill is?
Yes, I know what a grill is.
Yes, I know what a grill is.
Oh.
It's been the same slang for 30 years.
Oh, well, then why'd you say no?
It was sarcasm.
Well, come on, Ship, you can't get a read on Ship.
Raj
Anyway,
had a grill.
Did he? I would
In
believe
car
it. I would believe
In
it
car form, he
100%.
did.
Tattoos? Did he have a lot of tattoos, Mirage? Anyway, this movie is a very good movie, They Cloned Tyrone. As you might think, it's, when you watch the trailer, it looks like a science fiction sort of blaxploitation film, that type of style. But it's obviously has a lot of allegory in it and it's making a lot of statements about black people and how they are treated in society. It's super well done to the point where I looked up the director and the writer of the movie to see what they had done before, just to see if I could go back to their catalog. And they were both very new. So I thought that was really cool. But yet the cool thing about this movie is you can enjoy it just as a straight up action movie, or you can think about it deeper if you want. It works on both levels, and that's hard to pull off. So They Cloned Tyrone on Netflix is very good. I'm very curious to hear about Twisted Metal.
I have good news and bad news. I watched Twisted Metal, but I only watched the first episode.
Okay.
So I have not watched.
This is a Peacock joint?
Yeah, I have not watched a lot of Twisted Metal. I only had time to watch the first episode. It's all right. I liked it. I didn't hate it. I actually liked it more than I thought. It's obviously a little, it's violent. It's supposed to be funny. It leans towards action comedy, I guess.
Right. Hard to pull off. Kind of hard to pull off.
Who's the lead?
Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie.
Oh, it is. Okay, because I'm rewatching that right now.
You get to see Anthony Mackie's bare ass. So if you ever wondered what his butt looks like, you get to see it.
Oh God, every movie now, it's all the dudes are naked now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's naked dude in at least in the first episode. I just don't know, and I know it sounds so hypocritical from someone who plays video games all the time. I don't know if I like ultra violent TV that much. If that's what I want to relax to, is something where it's not to spoil the first episode, but someone has to make a decision, and this decision they make is to shoot themselves in the head.
That's from the game, I feel, isn't it?
I don't think so.
Canon? It sounds familiar.
I don't know. But I'm
I don't really remember the Twisted Metal story.
Twisted Metal Black? You didn't play the shit out of Twisted Metal Black to get the story endings?
I saw all the endings.
Yeah, they were so good.
They were cool. Yeah, my favorite was The Preacher.
So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I would hope that they would draw from that, because it seemed like they put a little effort into creating backstory.
I think I'm not going to say they definitely put some effort into it. I just don't know if it's something that I'm going to want to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was all set to watch an episode of it until I realized it was on Peacock.
Right.
I decided I'm not going to sign up for Peacock.
Wait a minute. Would you sign up if they have the guy? They have the guy whose arms are in the big tires, and he just.
Oh, Axel.
Yes, is he in it?
Not that I know of.
Oh, if he's in it, then you gotta sign up for Peacock. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I did also start watching the new season of Futurama, the reboot of the reboot of the reboot of Futurama.
We have more money to hand out.
It's good. It's cute. It's more Futurama. It's got all your favorite characters and references to episodes from the early 2000s.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. It's not as good as those episodes, but what is.
Right.
Also, which I didn't put on here, is I've also started the new season of Harley Quinn, which has 4 episodes out, and that's really good. I like that show. That show I enjoy.
Do you watch Good Omens?
No.
We watch it, but I'm not crazy about it. It's on Amazon Prime. It's like the heaven and hell thing. It's a little
there's a lot of ads for it.
It must cost a lot. It looks like it costs a lot of money, and it's kind of too cutesy for its own good, maybe. And I'm just not. It just kind of exists. You know what I mean? I'm not crazy about it, but Mrs. Cheapy seems to like it. Is that it for Watch This, Bitches? Oh, we got one comment from Jamal. He wrote in. He asked if we watched Missing, the Lucy Blackman case on Netflix. That is based on the book The People Who Eat Darkness, which I talked about many years ago. It's about a hostess who, she was I believe, British hostess that went missing in Japan, in Tokyo, and it's pretty dark, So they made a Netflix series about it. I haven't watched it because the book is so dark. I don't feel like I need to go back there. I think I lived it once was enough. We know people are bad. But on a lighter note, Guess what's coming up this Sunday? Long Island Retro. Actually, it's this whole weekend, but we're going to be on Sunday, 3:30 p.m. And you can buy tickets at liretro.com to come see the CAGcast live and do all the
You'll
LI
get
Retro
the whole
things.
seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Yes.
You can have more than one seat too. There's usually plenty available.
You can choose.
But you'll only need the edge.
The choice is going to be yours. And the good news is, if you don't like sitting too close to other people, you're not going to have to. It's in like a what do you call that? Like a planetarium?
It is a planetarium.
So it's got that like very steep seating, and there's plenty of seats. And this year we're doing something different. We're going to have raffle tickets. And if you see this big box next to me here, I'm going to lift it up for the people on the camera. I'm going to try not to hurt myself.
Use your knees.
Oh, Jesus. You could get your own broken prize. It's
Thorbon. So check this out. We get store credit from Big Bad Toy Store as part of the affiliate program. They don't pay money. They pay store credit. So Thorbon, when he heard we were doing this, he curated himself personally, 24 items from our store credit, hundreds of dollars of stuff that he picked out personally by hand and shipped to my house in this giant ass box that we're going to bring to our panel and give out. And chances are you're going to have a really good chance of coming home with something because, like we said, plenty of seats available and plenty of toys. So
he picked out the stuff.
He picked out the stuff. That's how you know it's good.
That explains a lot.
Yes, he's going to pick out stuff that he thinks that people want.
That's fine. I'm teasing.
That's what he does. So he just deployed a large amount of prizes to my direct location.
Nice. And that's going to be at Long Island Retro at the Cradle of Aviation Museum this Sunday at 3:30 p.m. So if you have not bought your tickets, you can buy tickets for just Sunday. And unlike Cheapy's hometown, the parking is always free.
Yes. Okay, let's go to new releases.
I'm playing one of these. I'm playing
Me too.
Disney Illusion Island for the Switch.
That is not what I'm playing.
I didn't figure it was. It's good. It's like, it reminds me of those Rayman Legends games. It's got kind of like that style of platforming.
Oh, that's the platformer,
movement.
with the cartoonish one.
Yeah. This is the platformer that looks like what the current Mickey Mouse cartoons look like right now, which is odd. Like it's like that edgy Mickey Mouse.
I know, but those cartoons are awesome. Have you ever
They
watched
are good.
them?
It's just I'm constantly like shocked that Disney went that direction with Mickey Mouse. It's got 4-player co-op, and it's also like a Metroidvania light to it. Like you've got to get new power-ups and explore the overall map and retrace your steps and all of that. I can't imagine playing it 4-player co-op. Like it's a platformer that you're exploring on.
It's going to be tough. Everyone's going to go in their own direction and just like break it, basically.
Well, I think if you get too far away from the first player, it just like turns the other players into like paper airplanes or something and brings them back.
Okay.
But it's well done. I mean, I'm having a good time with it. The graphics are nice. It's only came out as $40, which is kind of a surprise. Like that they didn't just jack up the price for the Disney game. But
okay.
I like it.
Nice.
Cool.
Yep. I'm playing as the duck, the Donald the Duck.
Donald Duck?
Yeah.
I've heard of that guy.
Yeah.
He's famous. I'm going to try to guess what Wombat's playing.
You can play as Goofy. You can't play as Daisy.
No, that's lame.
Maybe it's DLC.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like they always leave off Daisy.
Daisy always gets the short shrift.
Yeah.
Yes. Guess what game I'm playing?
I got it.
Okay, what is it?
Ferris Mueller's Day Off.
No, I saw that on there, but no. Is that real?
Yeah, I didn't put that on there.
Weird.
Double Dragon.
Yes.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Double Dragon Gaiden?
Gaiden.
Gaiden. Rise of the Dragons. It is a new Double Dragon game. If you've played a Double Dragon game in the past, you are familiar with what
I'm
you're
looking
going
up
to be
its
doing
picture
here.
right now.
You're going to be side scrolling. You're going to be punching. You're going to be kicking. You're going to be choosing one of two brothers to fight, or will you be choosing one of two brothers? Because now the game starts with the choice of 4 characters to pick, and as you complete missions, you earn tokens where you can lock other things, including other characters to play as. Very similar to the Turtles game that I think had a lot of Streets of Rage. That's what I'm thinking of. That had a lot of unlockable characters in it too. So, I mean, there's been this resurgence in these games lately, as I already mentioned 2 other ones, but this is Double Dragon. It's really well made. It's a really good game. If you're into Double Dragon and side scroller beat 'em ups, you're not going to be disappointed with this.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of replay value in the sense that it's that collecting tokens and unlocking new stuff.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Should we move on to your fortnightly news?
There's a lot of Fortnite stuff going on.
No, there's not. I don't believe it.
Well, they finally got the licensing cleared, and last week they had the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator in the game for purchase. And I now have the Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator in my locker.
$10?
I'm probably about $10 for just the skin.
Smart, man. They know what they're doing over there.
And it's like technically 4 different styles, because you could do like regular Arnold Schwarzenegger, all the skin on his face. You could do that look with the sunglasses, or they have the look where it's the half face with the metal and the red eye and a robot arm, and and you could do all the looks with the sunglasses on or off, and it's kind of cool. And the face, because they got the licensing agreement finally settled, because they had Terminator stuff before. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger's face in Fortnite. It's him. It's really funny to do some emotes and have it be Arnold Schwarzenegger doing dances, and
he must love it. He's like makes him relevant, sort of.
It does, and I'll be the first person to admit when they do like a half-ass skin, and this is not one of those half-assed ones. Like, they put a lot of detail in it and care into the facial movements when you do the things where the mouth opens and closes and says words, and it's very weird.
Nice.
So
cool.
Yeah. No, that was really cool. And tomorrow is the last update of the season. Looks like it's going to be a big one. And if you're into anime, Chippy, do you know what Jujutsu Kaisen is?
I do not.
Me neither. But apparently a lot of people are excited for that.
Okay.
And that's coming tomorrow. Jujutsu.
Is that like a jujitsu guy or something?
It's an anime series. There's 4 people that are coming to the game. Yeah, you know as much as I do. So, yep.
I'm down with the Arnold, but we get this.
Yeah, the Arnold is actually pretty cool. I'm very happy with my with my Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Enjoy it.
Fortnite.
Enjoy it.
It's the little things. They even have the shotgun in the game now. The one the lever action shotgun, and he does the flip with it when he goes to.
They know what they're doing there.
They do.
Although they didn't put the RoboCop gun in the game, but
no, but
should have.
It's okay. But they did a good job with that skin too. That was another one that
I bought that one. They got my money.
Mm-hmm. A nice job.
What else?
You have one of the rarest ones in the game. You have that Major Laser skin.
Major Laser.
Haven't seen that one in years.
Anyway. I have it.
Yeah, I know.
I think I paid like $30 for that too.
Mm-hmm. They got your money.
I like them.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
So, Diablo 4.
Still going.
I finished the main story. So I finished the campaign so I could start the season stuff.
What is that? How does that work?
So when you finish the game, you have to create a new character for the seasons. Apparently that's not new, but people are
okay.
You could always have to do that. But you have to make a new character.
Is this like their ultimate team, basically?
Kind of. Well, no, because you're not paying for a new character.
Okay.
So
ultimate team you don't have to pay.
Well, that's true too.
Or if you want to win.
Yes. So, I started a second character. That's my seasonal character. And with this character, I can do, since I beat the campaign, all of these seasonal events that are on the map now that weren't there before, like new dungeons and new cellars to go into and new kill 100 of these things to kill 100 of. And there's a season pass that goes along with it.
There we go.
That unlocks cosmetics. My version of the game came with a season pass. I just used it to unlock the first one because I'm like, I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna like 6 months from now be like, oh, I should check that season pass out.
Right.
So I actually have gotten pretty far. I'm like level 35 on the season pass.
And so you like unlock weapons and stuff, or
you unlock transmogs for your weapons and armor, which is fine, I guess. Like, I'm not against it, but I'm also like, I'm not chomping at the bit for cosmetic versions of armor. Like, I think that it's much more satisfying to find a piece of armor that looks whatever it looks like and to wear that in a Diablo style game. Like, the way your character looks should look like the quality of armor that you found. And not like the
level 2 one. Yeah,
that armor or the armor that you bought. Like if you have a level 2 armor, but you bought a $10 transmog to make it look all shiny and crazy, that's not you didn't really earn that look as opposed to someone that's level 50 and found like this legendary helmet that's like, bananas. Yeah, exactly. It's not even that it's cheating. It's just it feels like it defeats the purpose of what Diablo is.
Sure.
But so it's not. I don't feel the need to have to finish that season pass. Okay. But the game is still a lot of fun. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a fun game, and they're giving it life and things to do once you complete the campaign. You don't have to get the season pass. Half the things in the season pass, well, not half, probably a third of the things in the season pass are free without having to buy the season pass.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, Diablo. I'm a necromancer now.
I tried that, and I actually played the demo, and I took necromancer.
Necromancer is really cool.
Or the beta, I don't know, the stress test maybe. I forget what it was.
I've got an army of 8 now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like when you summon them, but I don't know.
I've got skeletons. I got skeleton warriors. I got skeleton mages, and I have a golem.
A lot.
Got a lot.
Big crew. You're rolling deep.
I do roll deep.
I just want to quickly mention this game Headbangers that I saw at the Team 17 showcase, but I couldn't talk about then because the embargo wasn't up. But I enjoyed it, so I wanted to make sure I mentioned it. It's Headbangers is that. Think Fall Guys, but instead of like those action-based mini games, they are rhythm-based. Okay, so everything is like musical timing, but other than that, it's the same general concept. Cute, everything looks really cute. It's pigeons. All the characters are pigeons instead of like those egg things. I don't know what they are in that other game. But if you like rhythm games and you're addicted to Battle Royale, this is basically that style of game, and I enjoyed it. So it's Headbangers.
What's the music like?
So it's a whole bunch of mini games, just like Fall Guys, right? So every game, it's going to randomly select like 5 mini games from a collection of, I don't know, 20, 30. I'm not really sure of the number. But they'll play, it's all different ones. They'll play music and you have to do button presses to the beat. And it's sort of like some of them are like Last Man Standing, or you have to get a certain number of points, or like whack-a-mole,
But it's all original music, or is it licensed music?
They would be like public domain type music, probably. Like classical music, I would think. Like, it's more about the mini games than like a music game. Than having licensed music. It's more about competing against other people online.
Got it.
Anyway, that was pretty cool. I'll mention Whipsmart Banky has a Spank Banky game called Aeroblast Waifu, which is a dating sim in the style of dating apps where you're swiping left and right on the waifus, which sounded like sort of interesting, but he said he wanted to like this one, but the effort to reward ratio left him feeling a little frustrated and feeling blue, which means it's too hard to see the good stuff, I think. But that's called Aeroblast Waifu. So if you want to swipe left on these anime chicks, or swipe right, I don't know, which is the good one? I don't even know. You can do it with that. CAG bag. Let's do a couple CAG bags real quick. This is just like a teaser episode until LA Retro. Todd of War writes in and says, any games have you interested for this fall? Starfield, Baldur's Gate 3, Mario Wonder. I didn't never even heard of that one. And Spider-Man 2 seems to be the games of the season. Well, Ship's got Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, Ship did it finish installing it?
It did finish installing during
How did it
this
go?
episode.
How did it go?
It says it's installed.
Nice.
It successfully installed. So that's a good
10 out of 10?
first step. Yeah.
Cool. I'll probably reach out again when that gets to on the PS5.
That's going to be a while though, because they have to
that I can play.
They got to retool that for console. It usually takes them a couple of years.
No, the console version comes out in September.
Oh, really? They announced that? Oh, shit. Yeah. Usually it takes them a while to like figure out how to make that interface work.
They announced that for September, but it'll
come out and have impossible to read text.
Yeah. But it also, Starfield comes out around the same time. I'm very excited for Starfield because, that's my jam. I'm obviously excited for Spider-Man 2. And there you go. I think those are the ones. And they announced a new Call of Duty today, but.
You did?
Yeah, they did. It comes out in November, which is after the deadline for the Xbox Activision merger to be all approved and I guess finalized. I don't know.
Okay.
Because that deadline was now October 31st. So it would be cool if they get everything settled and finalized before the 31st and they put this November released Call of Duty game on Game Pass.
What is it like modern? What's the theme? Some bullshit.
Call of Duty something. I think it's Modern Warfare 3. No.
Call of Duty not on PlayStation 5 is the theme.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Don't write in. I saw an ad. I was in the mall today and I saw an ad for fucking Overwatch 2 on the key, just like those kiosks they have on the back of the fucking ad for Tracer. It was just like, this is Tracer. She's does things.
She's in the game. Play our game.
It was it. It was like weird. And it was Xbox branded, the ad. So they paid for it. They may be being a little getting a head start on that merger, on that takeover. Doing a little preemptive advertising.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to Alan Wake 2. That's this fall still.
Nice. That's good.
I think that one's going to be good.
Yeah, they've had a lot of time to make that nice, I feel.
Yep.
Recapture that magic from the first game. And these other ones, some of these are from last week. The rest of these are from last week. I think we've done enough. We got to save the good stuff for our live show. People who pay tickets that go to somebody else. Save all the good stuff for them.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Thanks. We'll see you at LA Retro on Sunday.
Red's done.